at your head. And why y'all thought you was supposed to roll? Huh? No. I thought you was supposed to roll a blunt for me. I said I thought you was supposed to roll a blunt for me. Mm. 5, 4, 3, 2, where the love go? Pull that down. Cause I got the thing on. See? There's some blunt, yeah. No.
I want to sleep at 5 something.
Yeah, see, I called your ass at like.
All right, Coach. Thank you. Here in Orchard Park, New York. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Buffalo Bills. The shadows starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. Perry, the return. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21-yard line.
Yeah. I'm trying to spread it out or whatever. This ain't even on road, man.
Hey, Detroit!
Watch out.
Here's a carry now for Keith Marshall. Up past the 25 to the 26, a gain of 5.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Allen looks to throw on second down. He's got it complete to Langston Miller. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Give him 30 yards there.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Here's Allen on 1st and 10. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the Tucker rule that they can fall back on anymore.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll run with Marshall. Solid running on the carry, but still brought down just inside of the 40. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4.
Come on!
That's Marshall.
Come on. Good shit. Dang.
Touchdown.
The fuck play was
Keith
that?
Marshall, his 19th touchdown now of the season. And the Bills have taken the early lead. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT, and it's now a 7-0 game. Gonzalez now to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Damn, bro. Okay.
Here we go. 58.
Now a play fake here on first down. A dump down to McKinnon. He finds an opening past the 40. And he'll finally be taken down just shy of midfield. That one goes for 24 yards.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
We got 3. 3 down. 3 down. Hey, fellas, we got 3. Let's go.
Rodgers to throw on second down. And he's got his receiver. That's Sammy Watkins. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. Stops short of the 25. The nice move couldn't ultimately free him. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. It's Rodgers. Now making Rodgers lost the football, and the Bills have recovered.
Well, Party, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect him.
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
Green 39! Green 39!
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now Allen throwing on 2nd down. Looking left side, he's got it. Complete. 23 yards on the play.
Nice job, nice patience right there. Put him on the right side, let him work his way across, put the ball in his hands, and let him work his way upfield with a catch.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now they'll run it on the toss. Flashy little move, but unable to reach the 40. The all-pro safety Eric Berry in on the stop.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Detroit! 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 Detroit!
On play action, Allen. Over the middle, complete. That's Bird. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
The line to gain is the 33 on 3rd down.
Gun! 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 Gun!
From the gun, it's Allen.
No!
Bananas Miller's got it. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
All right. What we doing wrong?
First trip to the red zone for the Bills. They come up 1st and 10 at the 16.
Back there in Philly, here we go.
This is Marshall. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play.
Oh, he came down and smoked a blunt with me. He ain't go to bed. Oh, you smart.
Gun! 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 Gun!
You smart.
On 2nd down, here's Allen.
Shit.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Buffalo.
I think
And the Bills will extend their lead.
That's almost just outright. You cover everybody. But those tight ends, they can be awfully reliable.
Very reliable. The defense just has to be.
This just drives them crazy because oftentimes you can't match up with them. They have either with size, speed, or maybe even just strength.
Don't do that, guys.
Gonzalez now to kick this one away.
Shit.
This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. And out come the Chiefs now. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Give them 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give them a first down. Toss play to McKinnon. And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge? Whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to run the football. If they do that, that's the result that you get. That type of a game. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
All right, what's up, man? What you got for me? That look good. That look good.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Shotgun now for Rodgers. He is going to find Hill here. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 45-yard line. Throwing is Rodgers. And going deep for Hill. This is caught by Hill for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill, touchdown number 22 on the season. And the Chiefs are able to get this back within a touchdown. They were already down 2 scores early. They needed something to try to stem that tide, and that certainly qualifies. A big play to get them in the end zone.
It qualifies indeed because, let's face it, they don't get something done on this drive, turn it back over, this game could be 88 and out the gate early.
What? 88 and out the gate?
Yeah.
What's that?
Well, listen, I used to hear my old man talk about it. Usually, man, that thing's done.
Well, the touchdown, it's not 88 and out the gate. We still got a big game going ahead of us. Back onto the field now comes the Bills offense. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the number 1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in. But I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're number 1 in their conference.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter.
Leopard! Leopard! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now Allen to throw. To throw the 2nd down. He's got a man wide open, complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45.
Right? Crossing routes.
Come on, pick up a 34 yards.
That could not have been timed out any better, and that's exactly what receivers want. The ball in their hands as quick as possible allows them to catch it at full speed and take off and go. And how about the end result there? Big-time run after catch yardage. That rack yardage is so valuable for any offense.
And here's Marshall.
Oh, my God.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 10 more there and another first down.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90. Detroit! Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. Space to run past the 20. Wide open receiver complete. They'll take it into the end zone. Buffalo touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. And the Bills will add on to their lead. Gonzalez now to have the extra point. Gonzalez good on the extra point. And it's now 21-7. Gonzalez now to kick this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And now here comes Kansas City. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
The drive starts with a handoff to McKinnon. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. Back to Buffalo after this. Right back to him on first down. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Up to make the play defensively, Tre'Davious White.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass they used to play on right and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
On second down, here's Rodgers. And going deep for Hill. And this time will be intercepted. Picked off by Anthony Brown. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the ball back.
Brandon, this is a veteran.
Coach, if you're watching, that's how you check for everybody with goddamn self.
This is definitely not his best ball. And I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
I can't get beat by crossing lines, though.
So after the INT, it's Allen. And the Chiefs are going to get him.
How are they getting beat so bad, though?
To drop him for his 5th sack of the year.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things has gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. Gotta imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. And they'll run it here. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. He'll wind up getting 11 on that one. And that'll bring up a 3rd down.
It seemed like the situation was 2nd and a mile to go for a first down, which screams what? Throw the football. You got to pass in order to try and pick up that kind of yardage. But in this case, they ran a tendency breaker because the tendency is for defenses to be out there and be set up for a pass. So you break tendency and actually run the football. That changes everything because if you're able to find the crease, you often have bigger guys.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Now here's a defensive timeout called by the Chiefs, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Take it at the 37. Good blocking there, nearly sprung it as it is. It'll go as a 19-yard return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's going to try and go deep again. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. He was looking for Tyreek Hill that time. And that'll bring up second down. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Rodgers going to throw again. Yeah, he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Nice play for Kansas City, picking up the first 18 yards that time.
Damn well I'm about to miss this motherfucker. Man, come on.
So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. From the right hash, this from 44 yards out. And this one is going to just tuck in the bottom left corner as he gets it to go. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
You want the third quarter already? No problem. Let's do it. So we've reached halftime here in Orchard Park with the Bills taking the lead into the break. Bills with the lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Chiefs offensive unit as they'll have it to begin quarter number 3. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. A gain of 3, second down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Now Rodgers throwing on second down. Throw left side, taken in by...
No, we down, dude. We down.
He did what he's known for. He made the catch, then he turned into a runner, took the contact, and coughed it up.
And all I remember as a player, when they catch the ball, when those acrobatic guys catch it, you have to make them pay sometimes.
Yeah, come on, man. Don't do me like that. Don't do me like that. Oh. Dirty motherfucker.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. Now after the fumble recovery, it's Rodgers. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now they'll bring up second down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue.
Come on, you can throw on a run, man. What the fuck you doing, bro?
Incomplete as well.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just one target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him. Find him.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Throwing is Rodgers on third down. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off at the 40, and they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. That's now his second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. On first down, Allen. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. Now he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. He got 29 yards that time.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down.
Watch it now, Barney!
And they'll go on the ground. And he struggles to get a yard here, maybe a yard, down to the 31.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Allen off the play fake. Flushed out right. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it, when you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame.
Why you drinking my shit?
The Bills on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. To the shotgun snap to Allen. And incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So the pass incomplete in the end zone, but contact and pass interference.
And now where does the ball get placed?
Yeah, at the 1 yard line.
1 yard line. They gave up excellent real estate on that one. That's going to work really, really well for the guys who threw it.
On the 1 yard line.
Watch it now, Barney!
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he fights his way into the end zone for a Bills touchdown. Keith Marshall with touchdown number 20 on the year, and the Bills will extend their lead. Gonzalez to add the PAT. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT, and the lead is up to 18 now.
18. Shit. Come on, man. Come on.
Gonzalez now to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and if we kept having a rough patch, I said, but you get...
And they take him down. The Bills get to him.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like
that,
I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Throwing now is Rodgers. Forced out to his left. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
Dang. Son.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Instead, they go empty backfield as they'll look to throw. Looking deep downfield. And he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively. But instead, it just brings up 4th down. Here's Dustin Colquitt now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
I know there's no magnet in the ball, but sometimes for the punt returner, after such a scramble, it sort of feels that way, doesn't it? He has it, he loses it, somehow the ball finds its way back to him.
Atone for his sin, and you know he's taking a deep sigh of relief right now.
I just need somebody to blame it on. Shit, that's all. Fuck, man.
The 32 now. Here's 1st and 10.
All right, here we go. Green, 39. Green, 39.
On 1st down, they'll run it on the draw play. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out. But a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Gun, 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 gun.
Allen looks to throw on 2nd down. Rush coming, and he's taken down. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. In for the score. And the Bills will add on to their lead. And when a Hail Mary is completed for a touchdown pass like that, I think any defensive coordinator just puts their face right into their hands.
I don't think there's any doubt about it. And I don't have stats in front of me. I don't have the empirical numbers that say that in recent years the Hail Mary pass has been completed more than it has been, but it feels that way, doesn't it? And I know the defenses are spending more time on it. I think the biggest mistake they make is that they play everything from behind the receiver. I think they've got to start getting people in front as well to try and knock the ball away.
Now McKinnon to start the drive. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on 1st down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Now Rodgers on the bootleg. It's complete to Chris Conley. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. They'll run it now out of the gun.
Damn, quit fucking joking. Shit, I'm tripping. Come on, I just got a
nice game.
shit.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a 1st down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Here's Rodgers looking to throw on 2nd down. And he'll lay out and pull it in. What a diving catch there. A good pickup there of 22.
I know you don't get anything extra for degree of difficulty, but maybe you should. He's done absolutely everything in this game today, including laying out for that one.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. He's got it. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They'll try and run with McKinnon. And he's going to take it into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Jerick McKinnon with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Chiefs are able to cut into this lead. Sometimes a group that... Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it.
You fucking bum.
It's incomplete.
Okay, they went for the fake off of the extra point attempt. It's a long way to go, and they didn't get there. Didn't get it completed successfully. Did someone dare them to do that? Did someone double dog dare them to do that?
What was that? Maybe they saw something on film, but do you see something on film opposed to try something from the 15 on the PAT? I don't know.
The only thing they needed to see on film there was a snap, and someone kicking the ball through the post.
It's cross shit, y'all.
Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Allen now on 1st down. Throwing right, and that's complete.
Hit.
All the way home for a Bills touchdown. A big play there. His 1st touchdown on the year. And the Bills will extend their lead.
Oh, my God.
Still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning, right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
This is fielded at the goal line. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. And now here comes Kansas City.
We're going to get our ass whooped. We're going to get our ass whooped. Shit. Let's go, man.
Hey, let's go. Come on. Hey, check 26. Zoom.
Rodgers now on 1st down. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Working from the gun, Rodgers. He's going to go deep for Conley. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively. On 3rd and long, it's Rodgers. A dump down to McKinnon. They get 20 yards there on 3rd and 19 and an unlikely first down.
And I know you can't really see it, but that play spells frustration with a capital F for the guys on defense. They covered everyone else, end up going to the running back out of the backfield, and he picks up a back-breaking first down.
And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field, it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense, because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
And again, it's Rodgers. A dump down to McKinnon. They'll give him a yard on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion. And what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
Now Rodgers got to have this one. Now look out, Rodgers lost the football. And the Bills have recovered. And they're not able to convert on 4th down.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. And they'll go ground game here with the tailback. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage. Use your timeout in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind that it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
I'll tell you right now, it's not going to be good for anyone. Okay? Nobody wants to see what I've got going on, and I understand that.
On 3rd down, that's Marshall. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
He has a little instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And Gonzalez puts this one through. And that will push the lead up from 26, and it grows up to 29. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Out now the Chiefs' offensive unit ready to do battle again. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Good word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
That, don't you?
All game long, They've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. So what are you, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 48-yard line. From the gun, it's Rodgers. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
Rodgers to throw on 2nd down. And going deep for Hill. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. He was trying to get it to Tyreek Hill that time. And it's 3rd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Throwing on 3rd and long. Rodgers. And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time.
Man, what the fuck?
And they are going to set up shop at the 40.
That's hurt.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
And they'll go with the ground attack here. And some room to roam now. It's a pickup of 17 on that one, and a Bills 1st down. Well, that looked like an example of what you said back in the first half. A running back of his size can really wear down a defense. I think he's starting to do that.
I think you're exactly right. And know what else he's doing? Because they see it starting to happen as well. So that means they're going to redouble their efforts to help him out. Extra blocking, getting downfield, helping him out.
Running game working, they'll stick with it on 1st down. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Give him 4 yards on the play, and that will lead us into the 2-minute warning. Time for a break. We'll come back and wrap up garbage time after this. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll get this down only to the 18. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
And as we've seen throughout this season, it's no picnic trying to score touchdowns against this unit. They're ranked #1 against the run. But it's also difficult because it's not easy to throw the ball against them either.
The Bills on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Now they'll run it on the toss. He will push his way down to about the 14. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down.
Now that was a big-time play by the defense. They as well knew where the 1st down line was, and they didn't let them get anywhere near it.
Damn.
And the kick by Gonzalez, he is good. And they're sitting pretty now as the lead grows even further. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give them confidence and let them knock it through.
Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
Be honest.
don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Use that as ammo going
Exactly.
forward.
Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
You're not going to want that feeling.
no, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
They run it here. Where? And not a whole lot doing there as they get it up to about the 28-yard line. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a third and about 4 for a first. They run it with McKinnon, and he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. Call that a loss of 7.
Hey,
to bring up 4.
Buffalo, man.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week, we'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Bills, the train just keeps rolling. 9-0 now to start this campaign. And they'll get to stay home again next week as the Seattle Seahawks come to town. Meanwhile, for Kansas City, it's their first stumble of the season as they'll dip to 8-1 on the year.
On the Broncos.